My name is Abby and I live in the US.
My name is Eve, I am from Scotland.
My name is Lena, I'm from Germany.
I'm Araceli or Culture Oakley, I'm from Peru and I will be reviewing SNERVOUS by Tyler Oakley.
SNERVOUS is a documentary that shows the behind the scenes of Tyler's life,
Touching the relationship he has with his family and his friends.
And the fame that comes with being one of the most influential people on the internet.
My initial thoughts after watching SNERVOUS for the first time were basically wow, because I feel like SNERVOUS was completely different from anything else that Tyler has ever shown us.
I had been so personally excited for SNERVOUS.
Before I watched it, I wasn't really that sure what it was gonna be exactly. I saw the trailer, but I didn't know what to expect. I was really happy, and I was thankful that he made it. And he's just such a sweetheart, and he's so professional and outspoken and honest all throughout the documentary, just like we got to know him in his videos.
His YouTube videos are basically cheery all the time. While on SNERVOUS, because he didn't get the chance to edit it himself, we see a lot of different sides of Tyler.
I was honestly just astounded by how incredible the whole thing was, and it was everything I'd hoped it would be when I first watched it, and I was like, okay, I love it. I'm obsessed. In terms of changing my perception of Tyler, it kind of did and didn't at the same time, because obviously his online presence is so positive and uplifting and outgoing and just generally brilliant, and you think this just must be who he is, that's his character, that is, he's just like that all the time. But when watching SNERVOUS, you are reminded he has bad days the same as you, and he's not always this positive, influential character. And it just kind of opens my eyes a bit to the man behind Tyler Oakley, just Tyler Oakley himself.
I think that when watching the 5 minutes he uploads on YouTube, it's easy to forget the fact that those 5 minutes don't represent all of his day or don't represent all of his week. By watching all of those different sides of Tyler on SNERVOUS, I got to see how much effort he puts into being able to upload those 5 minutes. I think that also watching all of that made me admire him a lot more and respect him a lot more, because I kind of got to see him a lot more as a human.
He's not gonna be 100% himself all the time, and that's okay. There is no expectation to be this supernatural YouTuber that's like, oh yeah, this person that's perfect and he's always positive and everything goes right for him, because that's just not life at all.
Watching those 5 minutes, it's easy to think that he's happy all of the time, and we forget that, and we sometimes might forget that he goes through all of these other things. So watching a lot of different parts of Tyler, which make Tyler who he is, made me respect him a lot more and look up to him a lot more. One of my favorite scenes on SNERVOUS is the scene of reaching 7 million subscribers with Tyler and his mom. He explained in a moment how it was so difficult sometimes to explain what a YouTuber was, and I think that Queen Jackie really gets it. I think that throughout the years she has been there for Tyler and she has seen him grown, and she's really happy about it, and I'm so happy that Tyler has someone who is really happy and supportive about what he does.
And then Corey is also both of them are so supportive of Tyler all throughout these things, and Corey, he helps him so much. There were so many funny moments between Tyler and Corey, and I just love their friendship a lot.
I got to see the scenes where Tyler was talking about Corey and how important their friendship was. It's actually just friendship goals. I was so happy that Corey was such a big part of the documentary.
And he says the one quote which in my opinion makes the movie: I would rather be friends with him than be a YouTuber. And it made me so happy and so emotional, because obviously YouTube is such a massive part of Tyler's life, and it's well, you know what, Corey is a bigger part of my life than YouTube. I would rather have this friendship with him forever than have the career that I have and have all my success and my viewers and these amazing people that I have met through it, because all he would really want, he wouldn't want that if he didn't have Corey.
And it makes me really happy to know that even though Tyler is not able to be with his family all of the time because of his job, he always has Corey right there beside him. And Corey is basically Tyler's friend sometimes because he was the one who called Queen Jackie to thank her for the cookies. So I'm really happy that Tyler has someone who is always there to help him no matter what, even if it's just to call his mother to thank her for the cookies. He has someone who is always there for him, and that's amazing. That makes me really happy.
My overall favorite scene, because I was yes, I agree, was the scene with Tyler's old teacher. Like, she was so proud of him. And she was, yeah, I guess she was such a big part also in his life, because he knew her for so long, and they're still like kind of friends. Made me so happy to see.
The scene of Tyler with his dad. I think that scene shows you that no matter how they react at the beginning, your parents will always love you. Supportive or not supportive of you, there's a big chance that they will come around just because they love you. Tyler left it really clear to his dad that he was not going to change who he was for anyone, and I think that Tyler saying that to his dad may give the courage to a lot of people to actually stand up for themselves and tell that to their parents as well if their parents are not happy when they came out.
I really was inspired by some of the scenes with Tyler's choir director and the auditorium scene and the scene with his father, because they were all shown in his book, Binge. And I think that going off of that, being able to hear him actually tell these stories to the camera, and he was able to show the people in his life that were in these stories, and he was able to have one-on-one conversations with them. It was a really interesting feature because I had already read these stories and they were really powerful to me before, but now visually seeing them was really neat. That's why I personally recommend reading Binge before watching SNERVOUS, because then you can get the whole story, you can get the visual and the audio perspective of it all.
Privacy and downtime are so important, especially if you have such a busy schedule like Tyler, for example. Like you saw in the documentary, he was rushing to get everywhere so much, and then like Lisa, his manager, was like, Tyler, we have like 10 minutes. At one point she was like, I think we have like 10 minutes to eat and to get changed. And I was like, what?
It's easy to forget how Tyler can get tired because he's human. Like, it's really difficult. It's really easy to forget the fact that Tyler needs a break sometimes, and it's really difficult to realize that following Tyler to his hotel or following Tyler to the slumber party tour before time, like all of those things can really impact him.
We as his fans only get to see the on-camera side of him, and sometimes it takes people a while to realize that YouTubers are people just like we are, and I think that they have their own struggles, they have their own problems, and sometimes they just need their own space like absolutely everybody else. I think that SNERVOUS really demonstrated how important it is to respect people's privacy and to respect people's space, because YouTubers, especially like Tyler, they're not going to be the type of people that are going to be comfortable with swarming outside of your car or your hotel room at conventions or things like that.
Be careful about when it's appropriate to approach somebody, because there is a time and a place for a meet and greet. And, you know, I wouldn't have thought this before, but previously, you know, outside a hotel probably isn't the time and the place.
Regardless of whether if you're a viewer or not, you can take something from the documentary.
Just be 100% authentically yourself, enjoy life while it's there, surround yourself with people you love and care about and you trust, and you know that they're going to be there for you like you're going to be there for them.
And do what makes you most happy in your life. Because Tyler is doing what makes him most happy in his life, and look where it's gotten him. It's gotten him so many opportunities. You just need to go out and do what you like to do the most, no matter how difficult it is.
I think that what I love the most that I took away from SNERVOUS was the fact that I got to meet all of these different sides of Tyler that I didn't know existed. Well, that I knew existed, but that I had never really seen because he had never showed us like these sides of him.
I definitely took away the fact that I now have a little bit, just a bit more respect for YouTubers' jobs, because I see how, especially for Tyler, it's so stressful that you have so many things scheduled and you like need to get from one to the other in like that amount of time, and then there's traffic and stuff, and then there's people waiting. It's like, I can't even imagine it.
Not all YouTube stars or like vloggers are fake and superficial, because I feel like sometimes that's the stereotype or the perception, which is not at all true. Like, I guarantee you, if somebody was to have that perception and watch SNERVOUS, by the end of it, they would 100% have changed their minds.
If you're not a viewer, you can still take something away. For example, imagine if you're an aspiring YouTuber and you've never even heard of Tyler, which would be really weird, but it can happen. And if you watch SNERVOUS, you can see like all of the ups and downs of being a YouTuber. The ups being, for example, the book tour or the podcasts or the book itself or the slumber party tour. Like all of these different things that Tyler has been able to do because of his YouTube channel. But at the other side, you can also see the bad things, like the invasion of privacy. So I think that there's definitely a lot of things that you can take away from Service, and you don't necessarily need to be a viewer to take something away from it.
You can tell that he's poured his heart and soul into making sure that this is a quality, incredible, you know, thing for us to witness, and it's such an incredible thing to be a part of, and even just to watch it.
I just appreciate Tyler so much more now.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We would love to know your comments on Service and what your favorite part of the documentary was in the comments below if you've already watched it. And if you haven't, you can always follow the link in the description box below and go buy it, and you won't regret it because it's an amazing documentary, so I really recommend it.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up down below, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe to Tyler's People. It's such an amazing channel run by such amazing people, and it just makes me so happy. If you want to be obsessed with it just like I am, you know what to do.